question until they play tomorrow, that being Wednesday, is will this be Caitlin Clark's final game of her rookie campaign? What do they need to do to beat the Sun after getting routed? And there was some Groundhog Day comparisons. Caitlin Clark has her WNBA professional debut against the Connecticut Sun. Alyssa Thomas gets a triple-double, and they beat them by 21. Almost the exact same thing happened in her WNBA playoff debut. Alyssa Thomas gets her 4th career triple-double. Shout out to AT, by the way. Everybody else in the W has combined for 2, and she has 4. And they end up beating them by 23 points. But for me, if you are the Fever, the promising thing...
Hold on.
After getting routed. And there was some Groundhog Day comparisons. Caitlin Clark has her WNBA professional debut. The exact same thing happened in her everybody else in the W. Alyssa Thomas gets her 4th career triple-double. Shout out to AT, by the way. Everybody else in the W has combined.
Everybody else in the W has combined for 2. Isn't that Caitlin Clark? Hold on.
For 2, and she triple-double. Shout out to AT, by the way. Everybody else in the W has combined for 2, and she has 4. And they end up beating them by 23.
Combined for 2? Is she talking about WNBA playoff triple-doubles?
Points. But for me, if you are the Fever, the promising thing, a couple of promising things, is that A, you are playing the best defensive team in the W, and you saw that. They got them a little off their game, especially to start. The game was very stop and start. It was a little herky-jerky, wasn't really consistent. They couldn't get that offensive flow going that the Fever are known to do. And while DeWanna Bonner did a fantastic job on Caitlin Clark, she was, 0 for 7 against the 6'4" Bonner as the primary defender. She definitely missed some open looks. All of them did. Kelsey Mitchell didn't shoot particularly well. Yeah. She led the team with 21 points, but she struggled from the arc. She was 2 for 10. I mean, they were horrible from deep. So this is one of those games where it's like, listen, the takeaway here is to throw it in the trash. It wasn't just that the Sun exerted their will. It was that it was a part of that. And also it was the Fever just not living up to what they had been since the Olympic break.
Every single team that was lower seeded in the first games of these opening series lost by double digits. The Fever, they lost by the most. It was 20 something, but 23. What you said, and we had Rebecca Lobo on SportsCenter the day after, is that the silver lining in all of this is that Caitlin Clark took shots that she just missed that she should hit. Like, she shouldn't be going 1 for 7 from 3. They shouldn't be as cold as they were against this Connecticut Sun team. It's making you sick to your stomach even just talking about the Fever forcing a game 3 back in Indy, because if they do, they're going to win the series. She's good. Guys, Elle's fine.
Just a touch sick.
She's going to be all right. Well, I'm glad that the set has gotten closer for sure. No.
So look, man, Elle's always trying to joke around and stuff, but my man is right. Those are some shots that Caitlin Clark should have made. And if she makes them, and if they do go back to Cambridge, it's going to be tough to win in their house. Elle always thinks something funny every time. I just dropped a lot of videos from, because she covered the first playoff game, and she was over there joking around, talking about the D something committee, and pretty much clowning, laughing up there with Andrea Carter and whoever else. But it's okay. We're going to continue with Elle and hear what she has to say. But I think what he's saying is right. Some of those shots they should have made. But it was a problem. You know, defensively, I think there were some breakdowns. Offensively, they looked stagnant. They didn't play fast, and they were getting the looks. But when you're not making a bucket, it's like you have no rhythm. You start hitting a couple of those shots early, shit, it's gonna be a different team out there. Completely different team. Expect a fast-paced game, hitting shots, being a little bit more pep in the step. Hopefully we can get some a different lineup change at the 4 spot. That would make me very happy if we could see Dantas at the 4 spot. Not Timmy. I would play Dantas in this series. We need a little bit more big body physicality. Spread the ball, shoot the ball, have 4 shooters out there. I love it. Another veteran mindset out there. I would put Dantas at the 4, Chrissy size. Honestly, I would. So that would be my opinion and my suggestion for the Fever. Obviously, I'm not going to change anything that Caitlin Clark is doing. I heard CJ on Jessica Benson's show saying that they should run the ball through AB, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I don't think we changed anything what we were doing coming out of the break, which is playing fast through Caitlin Clark's hands and having our 2 and 3 run the floor and our 4 guard run the floor for open transitions and playing fast. And our defense has to pick up. The intensity of defense has to pick up. There's no choice.
Oh, that's good.
Come get this.
No. So that's like the silver lining, right?
Yeah.
For the Fever. I would like to see a little bit more, not parity, competition. I mean, last year, all the semifinals was 1 through 4. It's shaping up to be that all of the semifinals this year are going to be 1 through 4. And that's why you play, right? Like, that's why you deserve to be seated where you're at, and they get the first 2 games out of the 3. If they, if you force a 3rd game in the opening series, it goes to the away team. But don't let the Fever win game 2.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think that there's a huge home court advantage for the Sun anyway. There was a ton of Fever fans in there.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different at Cambridge, though.
Yes, it's definitely different in Indiana, and I will give you that. And then if you can, force that game 3, you've got all the momentum on your side, and it's a short series. And I do, like I said, I think there's some things, if you're the Fever, you're saying, okay, we were in striking distance really the whole game, and then in the fourth quarter, the Sun went on a 25-12 run, I think. So, which is really what opened that thing up. But again, they were 6 of 28 from 3. You got to give a shout out to Marina Mabry. She's someone we talked about on this show when the Chicago Sky traded her away. It was like, okay, well, I guess you guys are giving up on your season. They needed her in such a way. 27 points off the bench. It was the most for a bench player in WNBA history. She was lethal from deep, and which is what really helped them, particularly in the second half, open up that big lead that Indiana was unable to overcome. All of the pieces were smart, but the smartest piece that they did, that Connecticut did, and this is why I'm really interested in seeing the counter. And I was with Andrea Carter and Shania Gumbake on Sunday when we were talking about it.
You weren't talking. You're up there clowning.
All 4 games of the regular season, who was Caitlin Clark's primary defender for the Sun?
The Dejanay Carrington.
It was Dejanay Carrington. And every single game, Caitlin got better and better and better. And then, of course, the last regular season game, the one that they ended up winning, was her absolute best input. Mm-hmm. So what does Steph White, coach of the Connecticut Sun, say? Okay.
Poke her in the eye.
Oh, God. Not.
I love it. I love that we're going there. I love it. Elle was trying to make a very good point that Carrington was getting burnt all of a sudden by Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark figured it out and she made a coaching adjustment. But really, my man said, that's what they go poke her in the eye.
No, I'm not entertaining this. She says, let's count.
Look at the smile, though. Look at the smile. Look at. Oh, man.
No, I'm not entertaining this. She says, let's counter. You've seen Dejanay Carrington. You've seen her. You've gotten better against her. We're going to throw somebody else at you. We're going to throw DeWanna Bonner at you, who's 6'4".
Yeah, good luck getting around a wall.
Well, exactly. And like, even when we saw in college at the Final Four, what did Raven Johnson do? What did Nika Mule do in those 2 final games against Caitlin Clark? They got in her face. You have to rattle her. You have to rattle her. You've got to throw her vision off. Her court vision is incredible. You've got to get in her. Stop it. You've got to get in her passing lanes. You've got to get in her passing lanes. And at 6'4", she had the length and the ability to do that. And that's what they were able to do. Get a hand in her face, and that's how you stop it. Sometimes the hands inadvertently end up in other places. Please don't start this.
Start what?
Inadvertently? You know what Come on, Elle. So Elle's trying to deny the fact that Carrington did it on purpose. Brother, look, listen. You don't go like this to this. You're not a swimmer. You're not a professional diver, brother. You don't go up and down. It doesn't work like that. I play hoop. I've never went to my opponent and went like that to him. We will be in there squabbling. Trust me. I've never gone like that to my opponent. I would never do that because I understand what's going to happen next. We're on that type of timing. It's go mode. See, no. Don't ever do that. That is so dangerous. I've never seen somebody close out and go like that. I've never seen it. I've never seen it, bro. I've never seen it.
You're trying to start.
What am I trying to start?
Don't start it. But I think that it was a very smart move.
Bro.
Now, what I'm interested to see is how does she bounce back? Because Caitlin Clark's been really, really good in bounce back performances. Technically, she had 11 points, so she did hit double digits. But in every game this year where she's had single digits or shot incredibly inefficiently, like she did on Sunday, she's averaging like over 26 points per game, more rebounds, more everything. She does so much better in bounce back games. I'm really interested to see the counter on Wednesday.
Because Kelsey Mitchell still got hers, so you got to think the field
but not
goal
efficiently, right?
Correct.
Neither one of them
the
shot
field goal
particularly
percentages
well.
have to be better across the board. And I'm tell you what, right now, Caitlin Clark's going to look hella cool with that eye patch coming out looking like a pirate. We're taking this thing back.
Wear an eye patch, sir.
Box out.
No. That would insinuate that her vision was off, something that she said was not true post-game, said it didn't affect her vision at all. Black eyes indicate that the contact was under the eye and not inside of the eye, hence her not having to wear goggles,
I'm glad you see that.
I think personally, Elle is definitely trying to defend Carrington again at a high level. See, one thing about Caitlin Clark, and sometimes I wish she wasn't so damn nice. Caitlin Clark is never going to put it out there that she's pissed off about what just happened. Caitlin, there's no way she's happy about that. She just has a very good way of being with the media. I think personally, that's just how she's been taught. You know, it's a basketball play and shrug it off her shoulder. That's what she's been dealing with her whole life. Although inside, she knows how bad that hurt and that there was no call and there should have been a call. And she probably should have been ejected for it, if not a flagrant one. Come on, because if Caitlin Clark did it, it would have been a flagrant one, at least. So I just, the fact that there's no review, I'm going to say it again. It was absolutely ridiculous that there's no review on this. I mean, my man is trying to get into a point about how it looked purposely, and Elle's trying to just shut the whole thing down right away. She's trying to shut the whole conversation down right away and doesn't want to talk about it. Why? Why don't you want to talk about it, Elle? Same thing how the refs didn't want to talk about it, right? Nobody wants to talk about the fact that it was playing out on purpose and you can see the claws go into the eye. Maybe not the eye, but whatever. Right here. That's close enough. You're telling me you want to be this close to a life-ending injury? Or a season-ending or a career-ending injury? Elle's over here talking like if that didn't happen to her, she wouldn't be filing a lawsuit on somebody. Like, come on, let's like keep it real, Elle. Keep it real, Elle.
The vision.
Oh God.
Non-verbally here. All right, you knew where I was trying to go. All right, and hey, listen, we're on to game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see.
Exactly.
They're probably gonna end it
the
now.
same could be said for the Lynx and.
Yeah. So they're gonna end it here. Yeah. Elle again. Call it how you see it, man. Because if this happened to Asia Wilson, people would be flipping out, right? Not people, but the media. These media, Carter and them, Malika, Elle, the girls that they were up there trying to joke around and calling it the de-escalation committee and whatever they were saying, and it's just like she's almost pretty much saying, don't even give it a shot that it was on purpose. Like, don't even bring it to light. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. And for me, I think that it was on purpose, bro. Or at least it looks like that. How do we show something like this and it looks very clear to us and then we're going to call it, nah, it was a basketball play. She didn't do it on purpose. But Caitlin Clark had a black eye in 2 minutes. And you're telling me it didn't affect her shooting? Like I said, although Caitlin Clark is going to say it in postgame, it's clear to us. So, there you go. Elle's take on it. And I got to get my man's name over here. He gives some good takes, but honestly, it just seems like Elle gave him a look today and like, don't bring it up. Don't give it light. That's not what we're doing today. So that's unfortunate, but I think he should have gave his side in his opinion. He didn't even give his opinion on it. Kind of just let Elle determine the whole conversation. So look, it's your boy CEO Kind. I appreciate you guys, man. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Game Day. As I've been stating all day, I have an amazing video on Game Day Uncut of what happened yesterday with some of these ESPN associates and Stephen A and Shannon Sharp. You guys should definitely go check it out. I wasn't able to get it up on this channel. I tried for about 4 hours, wasn't able to get past some things. So we'll be on Game Day Uncut. Check it out. I'll catch you guys over there. Let me know you're from here. I'm out, man. Have a good day. We out.